bas. Sasa kuna huyu jamaa anaitwa Koitalel Arap Samoei. He was a military man and a prophet at the same time. So back in the day when wakati mkoloni alikuwa ameumiza watu, so Kenyans were one of the people who resisted the colonial rule. And there is one specific guy by the name Koitalel Arap Samoei. So Koitalel Arap Samoei was a military man and a prophet at the same time. Now, believe it or not, many people wonder where this guy by the name Samoei Arap Ruto came from and how he descended to power. And now he's here leading a nation of almost 60 million people. And believe it or not, this guy, it is said that he lied to so many people of how he's a descendant of Koitalel Arap Samoei. And he has actually gone ahead and tried to show people exactly what he meant by that. There are a few cases which I would want us to hint on. Number one is a case that goes by the name Jirongo. So there is a story that goes around that Jirongo is one of the people who witnessed our Arap Samoei Zakayo twist someone's neck and killed him instantly after it emerged that that particular guy was opposing him. That's a case we've had. I don't know how true it is. Probably we need to do more research on the same. So one that is the most interesting, which I am aware of, it is one time that the current cabinet secretary of tourism happened to greet this particular guy. The guy, a full-grown man, went out there blazing and crying that he has been pressed his hand after greeting Mr. Ruto. That was quite a funny and a tense moment at the same time, considering that a grown-up man, wewe unasema ulifinywa mkono namna gani bana? Ulifinywa mkono namna gani? Na mwanaume mwingine. So that is another point that he showed that he's quite strong. And when this guy Uhuru was ending his presidency, he had managed to convince everybody, almost everybody, that he's so powerful that come rain, come sunshine, he will still be able to do what? To take up power. And through that is how he swept Mount Kenya through the UDA movement. So he swept everybody, was anyone who was opposing him, no matter how good they were. You know, they never got the political seat that they were vying for. So up to a few weeks ago, that is when our Koitalel Arap Samoei descendant was fully exposed as just an ordinary man from Sugoi, and not necessarily someone who is as powerful as he thinks he is. And that is why you saw that even the members of parliament, when they wanted to vote in for the bill, they had to follow what he had said, because I believe they all fear him, including the governors. Only maybe one person who does not fear, one or two people, but most of them seem to fear him, or used to fear him before then. Now, a quick one. Now that you know that Ruto is just an ordinary person and not as powerful, and not necessarily a descendant of Koitalel Arap Samoei, now people will have to drift away from him. You could see the members of parliament didn't even consider, because we're asking ourselves a simple question. Who normally elects the members of parliament? Is the people. So why would you side with the president and not the people? He's not going to necessarily vote you in. It's the constituents that you represent are basically the ones that are going to vote in for you. So I think we are going to see some serious political change. because finally our fake, the corn descendant, we say he's a corn, he's a quack, a descendant, quack descendant of Koitalel Arap Samoei has been fully exposed. So I believe now going forth, we will see members of parliament going back to the people, listening to the people, and including voting for bills, voting in consideration of what people want. Something else interesting that has happened in the last week, after we heard all these things that are going on, is that there was a time the Rift Valley leaders were 100% sure that Ruto will, it's called, there was 2027, he will still be re-elected as president. So actually what they were being worried is how about if he could get another, he could be voted in for the third or even the fourth term, or if he could become a lifetime president. And that is why you saw the likes of the Aaron Cheriot and the likes talking about how about now we scrap the two-term presidency, and we make it a way that you can, there is no two-term presidency, you can even become a lifetime president. Those are the kind of discussion that these guys were having, which ilikuwa sasa hiyo ilikuwa imekuwa ni madharau ya hali ya juu bwana. Ilikuwa imekuwa ni madharau ya hali ya juu, that these guys were discussing the third term presidency of this guy Ruto. Now things have changed. Things have really changed. That he's not even sure whether he's going to complete the first term, leave alone the second or even the third term. So here you're discussing, is it possible? Is he going to complete the first term? And even so, what happened in the interview? These guys, I think they were just trying. I believe so. They weren't sure whether they were going to clinch the presidency. So I believe these are guys who were just, waiting to see what will happen next. And then they were shocked that they got the presidency. I think Ruto was trying for the first time, and then probably he was thinking that next time he's going to clinch at the presidency, which he was shocked, like many of us, that he became the president. he clinched the presidency. Out of that shock, he has not settled. So you are looking at a person who is not ready to lead a nation. You're looking at a person who was shocked and is clueless and does not have a way forward. So I believe that the checks and balances that are, the pressure that you are pressing these guys with would really help. And we have to continue doing the same. Especially I saw the Sudi guy retire from, I think he's saying he's going to pose his politics and Harambes, all those kind of things. We've seen even these guys from the Rift Valley trying to explain how their watches are not as expensive and shoes and whatever attires are not as expensive as they are being said they are. So basically we are looking at a nation that will become a better nation over time. It's just a matter of time, and leaders will start being accountable on what needs to be done. So that is very interesting. So to the fake Koitalel Arap Samoei descendant, I will be one of those people who would say, why don't you just leave this thing, and we talk to forget about this presidency. Wacha tu tuweke jamaa mwingine mwenye ako serious bana with leading the nation. Na mtu anasema hii msee ni Batman flying around from one nation to another with nothing to show, not creating job and not creating any job, nothing, just moving around and complaining, or rather telling lies. So we're looking forward to a better nation either way.